Hey, what's up, guys? You're here with the Pick Dawgz on the pitch crew. Did I say that correctly, Jack?
Got it. You
I
got
think you do
it.
it better. I think you do it better, no? But
I will never
thank you for
call it that
joining us.
name. I will never
Why
call it that
not?
name. It
Why
just
not?
doesn't make sense.
He's the
You
rebel.
don't make
Remember,
you
he's
don't make
too bold.
sense. You
Why
you
would I?
you you and your circle gang.
We're here with the Circle Gang on the pitch. That sounds better. Sounds like Squid Games.
No, no. Anyways, guys, thank you for joining us. We have a very busy video ahead. 17 games, I believe. So that's a lot of free picks, but have in mind we also have premium picks, guys, and they're all up on the pickdawgz.com website. You can get there by clicking the links in the description of this video and sign up for one of those daily passes, 3-day passes, or even 7-day passes if that's something you want to do. I think the next week is going to be busy as well, so we might as well get that 7-day passes, guys, and get all of our premium picks for the duration of your pass. Now let's get this show on the road, guys. Nottingham Forest and Brighton. Now, Jack, Nottingham Forest coming off of an ass whooping against Bournemouth, and you and I were on the double chess in that game for Nottingham Forest. And not only they lost, they haven't scored a single goal. They barely made any threat. And I know that
Clowns.
Kirk is
Clowns.
about to, I'm gonna mute him so he doesn't talk in this segment. But anyways, yes, he was right about it. He took Bournemouth on the money line.
So humble in
He got
victory,
it
by the way.
done. It was an unbelievable. But what I was going to ask, do you think that loss is going to shake Forest a little bit?
I think it goes one of two ways. If I'm honest, Goran, it either inspires them to come out hungry and they are dominant, or it hurts them bad and they crumble and it's a really bad performance. It's not going to be one thing I can assure you. This is not going to be a mediocre performance from Forest. It's going to be absolutely abysmal, or it's going to be excellent. Um, which is why I can't really pick either side here. Can't take a double chance. Can't really take a handicap. I'm just going to go with goals, and purely because Nottingham Forest, they've conceded 10 goals at home this season in 11 games, which is not bad, but 9 of them have come after half time in the second half. So I'm going with over 1.5 in the second half in this game at plus 100. Brighton are also a team that do play better in the second half as well. So yeah, I'm going with over 1.5 goals in the second half.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game for both sides. On the one hand, you have to expect Forest to do everything they can to bounce back after that loss and keep winning games. But then again, Brighton has been playing in a decent form lately, and I just couldn't make up my mind. So I decided to split it down the middle. I'm taking the draw at plus 245, Kirk. But I know that Brighton is your bum team or fraud team or whatever list they are on right now. So as we can expect, you're taking Forest on the money line here.
I mean, how could you not? How could you not take Forest on the
That
money
is
line
true.
here? I mean,
Yeah.
Brighton on the road. Forest just got destroyed. Forest are the better team. They're still top four. I mean, they're gonna bounce back. If we've seen anything this season, Forest is legit. Are they going to have one of those bad losses? Yes, every team has one of those bad losses. So, Forest, this might be my favorite slate across all 5 leagues. I might even have like 14 premiums, to be honest. I'm just rambling, but I love this slate. And this will be one of them, Forest money line, because it's just free. Brighton on the road, I mean, it's laughable. Laughable the price we're getting at. Anyways, that's all.
There's your freemium guys from Kirk. Now in the next one, Kirk, Everton and Leicester. Can we really expect Leicester to get 2 wins in a row on the road when Everton is playing so well right now on a couple of games winning streak? They're looking better with the new head coach, and it looks like they will save themselves some headache towards the end of the season.
Yeah, Everton's looking good. I mean, the price we're getting at on that is phenomenal. You might think it's a trap, but if Leicester lost their last game, we would be at minus 175 for Everton easily. So I'm not putting any faith in this Leicester team on the road. It's Everton all the way for me. I might even take them minus 1.5 here. They look really, really good lately since their new coach.
Yeah, I will join you on that pick, Kirk. I will also take Everton, the money line. How about you, Jack?
Well, yeah, it's funny you say about Leicester. Can they win 2 games on the road in a row? They
Here
haven't
comes
done
Jack
it.
Stat.
Yeah, they haven't done it in the Premier League since November 2022. So chances are probably not. Everton, as you said, David Moyes back with the reins, back in home territory. It feels like an absolute legend in Everton. So yeah, and let's not forget as well. By the way, as the season comes to an end, these are the last few games that Everton will be playing in Goodison Park because they're moving stadiums next season. So yeah, you're going to be expecting a full-out packed crowd. It doesn't matter how Everton are performing. I'm going with both teams to score. Leicester have been scoring pretty consistently on the road this season, so I don't see a problem with them scoring. But as I said, Everton homestand, they're going to get a goal as well. So both teams to score close to even money. Great price for me.
Now, Ipswich and Southampton is the next game, and we know that both of these two teams are at the bottom of the table. Ipswich is 19th, Southampton 20th, but they are 10 points behind Ipswich, and their chances of staying in the league are basically zero, let's be honest about it. But is it the time for Southampton's first win in the EPL in a long, long time, Jack?
I mean, I don't know, to be honest. Ipswich at home, although they haven't had great results, I think some of the results don't show a true reflection of how they played. They usually defend very well for like 45, 50, 60 minutes. And then as soon as they concede, it kind of just spirals out of control. Now they're against Southampton, which, of course, yes, you guessed it, the worst road team in the league. Um, it's going to be a bit easier for them. However, Ipswich have not scored in 50% of their home games. So I have to go with the under 2.5. Southampton stink, and Ipswich just don't score enough for me to back them here with goals. So I'm taking the under.
I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm taking the over 2.5 at minus 127. I think this is going to be the type of a game where both teams simply have to go for the win, especially Ipswich, who has a better chance of staying in the league than Southampton. But then again, Southampton has been scoring some goals lately. And like you said, they tend to defend pretty well for like 50, 60 minutes, and then they just fall apart. They've done it for at least like two or three times in the last few weeks. So I mean, I honestly wouldn't even be scared to stretch that to both teams to score an over 2.5 for nice plus money. But just in case we see a shutout of one team, I'm gonna take the over 2.5, Kirk.
Yeah, I'd be shocked for the over 2.5 to hit and it to be 3-0, to be honest. I think I agree with you, Glenn. I think it's the type of game where both teams really need to win this game. Southampton barely has a chance, but maybe they get a slimmer of hope here. If one team goes up 1-0, the other team's going to have to score. So I'm on both teams to score here at minus 158.
That's it for this game, guys. Next one is between Newcastle and Fulham. And I have to be honest, guys, this one feels like a very, very simple pick to me. I think at minus 157, Newcastle on the money line is the way to go. Honestly, they are performing really well despite an occasional loss, which they had like a couple of weeks ago. It was against, who was it against? Bournemouth 4-1 at home. And I think they just go for it at home and get another win against Fulham, who's missing a few key players for this game and are also coming off of a loss. Jack, I'm going to take Newcastle on the money line. What do you have?
I have Newcastle to go under 0.5 goals in the first half. The reason why is because Fulham always start Premier League games defensively minded first, and then they'll rely on the offense later. Um, they've only conceded 4 times in the first 30 minutes of all games this season, so it's certainly showing. And that being said, Newcastle, they've let in 10 goals in the first 30 minutes this season. So honestly, as a little side play here, I actually don't mind Newcastle to win from behind, which I've just looked very quickly, and it's plus 600. So I actually don't mind that play. I think Newcastle win this game, but I don't see them scoring in the first half, if I'm honest. And I think it's a very good price. To be honest, it's 50-50, and I'm getting plus 110. So if I'm getting offered the better price on a coin flip, I'm going to take it.
What do you like in this one, Kirk?
Yeah, I haven't been the biggest Newcastle fan this season, but I think it's a good spot for them at home against a Fulham team that is missing some guys. Good bounce back spot here. So Newcastle money line for me.
And the last pick of the EPL slate of Saturday, guys, we have Wolverhampton against Aston Villa. We know that Wolverhampton can score goals. They have been quite solid about it this season. But, I mean, they're now again on a three-game losing streak playing against Aston Villa, who, yes, they played a midweek game in the Champions League, but they got a 4-2 win against Celtic at home. And this just feels like a good spot for them to keep going. They're eight in the EPL. They need a win here to maybe get closer to the top four, top five. I mean, if they can't get it against Wolverhampton, I don't know who they can get it against, Jack.
Yeah, I've put my hands on my head like that because I've just seen we're all riding with Villa in this game, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry to all you Villa fans out there. We haven't got a great record when we unanimously pick a money line play. I think the only thing that really concerns me is a lot of, if not all of this starting team for Villa played against Celtic on Wednesday because obviously they needed to get the win. Watkins played 90 minutes. Rogers played 90 minutes, scored a hat trick. So it may be a slow start, but I still see Villa winning in this game. Wolves are just not good enough to beat this team. And let's not forget, this is a big derby game as well. This is why it's been given the late kickoff. Wolves and Aston Villa, they're both in Birmingham. And this is a fierce rivalry. So, yeah, I'm actually expecting a lot of views on this video just for this game.
Yeah, and Wolves are missing Joao Gomez, who is suspended because of the red card. Mosquera is out. Kalajic is, I mean, he's been out since he got to the Wolverhampton team. Enzo Gonzalez also listed as injured, and I don't know, it just feels like a good spot for Aston Villa to get a win here, Kirk. And surprisingly enough, all three of us are getting the same price on Aston Villa on the money line, plus 110. That's something that rarely happens here on our videos because we are all using a different book as such. So, guys, do your shopping, get the best possible price you can. Off to LaLiga, Kirk, Villarreal, and Valladolid. Villarreal heavy favorites at home against Valladolid, who is sitting bottom of the table right now, and they are conceding 2.7 goals on average when playing on the road. One win and nine losses, and only seven scored goals. What do you like in this one?
You didn't let me talk during Villa.
You have the same pick as I do, and Jack.
Yeah, Jack
You're
got
gonna
2 minutes
say
of airtime.
you were gonna
Jack
say
got
they're a
2 minutes
bum.
of airtime to talk about
We knew
Birmingham and views on this video, and I didn't. He wasn't even talking about the game.
we knew your script, buddy. We knew your script. Villa are my
You're
bum.
gonna get your minutes for Bundesliga, Kirk. I promise you.
I wanted to talk about Villa. Anyways,
Fine, go ahead. There you go.
no,
There you go.
I,
Go.
Villa
Go.
money line. Anyways, Valladolid. I think they will score. I think they will score here. To be honest, Villarreal just don't really entice me defensively. I feel like Jack could score on them. To be honest with you, I'm not saying Jack is a bad soccer player, but he's not a professional soccer player. And
This
neither is Valladolid. They're sitting in bottom. They're not a professional soccer team, especially on the road. They look terrible. But Villarreal, they concede to any team they want. So I'm going both teams to score here at minus 110.
You know what? You would think that a team owned by Ronaldo, the real Ronaldo, would be a better team than Valladolid is right now. I mean, they are getting relegated. There's no doubt about it. They're just so bad defensively, and you can't stay in the league by being so bad on those away games. And then on top of that, they're not winning at home that often. So yeah, I think they can score, but then again, I feel like Villarreal in their current form, especially that attacking end, they can score at least three goals on their own. So I'm taking Villarreal team total over 2.5 goals at minus 109, Jack.
Jack,
yo,
I don't know why you took your pick and didn't take mine, because yours makes no sense unless they win 1-0.
I mean, you never know with the La Liga. Honestly, we've
If
seen
they
some
win
shock.
1-0, I'll PayPal you $50, and there doesn't
Well, they
have to
might
be
win
any.
2-0. How about that?
I said
Um,
1-0.
I guess yeah. I guess you are right in a way. Both teams to score probably does make more sense. But I was more just looking at Valladolid. Like, as you said, Kurt, Villarreal, they can't defend. So, yeah, I'm just trusting Valladolid to score.
Second game in the Liga is between Atletico and Mallorca. Now, Atletico is firing on all cylinders, guys. They're coming off of a Champions League win. I forgot who their opponent is, who they got drawn
Salzburg.
into. They
No, they
no,
they
but
made it. They made it top 8.
yeah, but in the next. Oh, right, they're free until
Yeah.
I guess like March or something like that. Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, they're playing really well right now. And when I saw the matchup, I went immediately to look at the cards bets, and the line is over 4, like over 3.5, over 4, and over 4 cards minus 106. So I decided to go with that. But I just can't see this game being a calm, peaceful game like a soccer match where we see like a clean game with chances on both sides. I think this one's gonna get rough, and I think it's gonna get rough quickly, Kirk. So over 4.5 cards minus 106. We get 4, we get a push. We get 5, we get a nice winner.
We get 3, we get a fat L. Anyways,
Yeah,
I'm on Atletico to nil here. Pick I don't usually take a lot. I think it's a 1-0, 2-0 type of Atletico win. Mallorca are decent defensively, and especially on the road, they're gonna park it. So I think Atletico scores once or twice, and Atletico to nil at almost even money. Pretty good value.
For the next couple of games, guys, we're gonna go to Serie A. Atalanta is playing against Torino. Atalanta had a banger of a game against
No one wants to hear
Barcelona.
your pick, Jack.
Did I not give out Jack's pick?
He
No.
God
didn't
damn it!
either.
Sorry, Jack.
0-0 half time at plus 170. Don't hate the draw at plus 120. I just think 0-0 is more worth it for the extra plus 50, I guess. 12 games for Mallorca this season at half time have been a tie. So, yeah, I like the 0-0 here. I think Atletico is solid defensively, not necessarily the best offensively as of recent, but yeah, 0-0 is the play for me.
Now I apologize, Jack, since I skipped you
You're good.
here. You can
You're
talk.
good.
I you can go first in this game between Atalanta and Torino.
Very generous of you. Again, kind of like the same reasoning for the Newcastle game in a way when I gave out that side pick. I've got a bit. This is my Pauk pick of the video.
Don't
Uh,
put Pauk in your mouth. That's my
Come
team.
on. I'm going Atalanta to win from behind in this game. They have been conceding first in so many games this season, but they've actually picked up 15 points from losing positions. So I see them conceding early, especially to a team like Torino, but Torino aren't great defensively. So Atalanta to win from behind, this needs to hit 1 in 8 times for me to break even, 1 in 7 for me to profit. I am taking this one. Atalanta to win from behind, please.
Yeah, Atalanta seems to like it from behind, guys, but in
Whoa.
this game,
Cut.
I think they're gonna win. Honestly, I'm taking Atalanta -1, -147. Torino just not that good of a team, especially on the road. So I see Atalanta getting the home win that they need in Serie A. Kirk, what do you like?
Yeah, I'm on over 2.5. When you get over 2.5 for an Atalanta game at -110, it's kind of tough to pass it up. I mean, there were 4 goals against Barca over the weekend when it was 0-0 at halftime. So it's this team can just score and concede at will. So over 2.5 for me.
Now, for the second game, we have Bologna and Como, and lately we can really rely on Como scoring goals because they have been doing it, especially at home. And with Bologna playing a midweek game, who were they playing against again?
Sporting.
Yeah, they got a 1-1 draw, a draw
I know.
that kicked my Dinamo out of the Champions League, which had me pissed off. But in this game, I'm gonna keep it short and simple, guys. I'm taking both teams to score -115. Kirk, I guess you're going with the bump team.
Nah, I don't mind Bologna. I don't mind
No,
Bologna. I don't
I
mind
feel
them
like
at
you
all.
said a few
I
times
feel
they are
like
the
he
bump
said
team.
they're on the bum list or something at some
Yeah,
point.
Nah, I don't mind Bologna at all. I like them in this spot. I like taking them, especially at home at this price. I'm all over it. I'm all over it. I don't know what Kirk you're listening to on the side, but not the bum Bologna one.
I like fried bologna. If that's some, put it between nice two pieces of bread, some
Okay,
mayo on
Dad.
top.
Okay, Dad.
Okay. Yeah. Jack, what do you like?
Um, what do I like? I like the under in this game. Bologna are a team that don't have great depth, and they actually played quite interestingly. A few players, well, quite more than a few. Most of their starting team in the week. I don't know why. Maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they needed the cash for a point or something. So I think this is going to be a bit of a laggy game from Bologna. But at the same time, let's not give disrespect to Como. They held Inter to 2 goals, and that game went under 2.5 as well. So I'm going with under 2.5 here, close to even money. I think it's very worth it.
Yeah, it's obvious that not all three of us can hit free pick in this game, guys, but hopefully at least two of us get a winner out of this game. Now off to Bundesliga. Kirk, as promised, you're getting your 2 minutes, so pick a game you want to talk about most.
I don't need to talk about any of them most because I'm the Bundesliga king. Dortmund, they just don't play soccer in the first half, especially on the road. They were down 3-0 to Kiel. Heidenheim finally starting to score goals again. I think they lead at halftime. At plus 330, I'm not saying they win. They like to blow games. Dortmund likes to come on in the second half, but I think they lead at halftime. Plus 330. That I don't know why that price is better than the full time, to be honest, because Heidenheim just fucking plays anime in the second half, and Dortmund actually starts playing. But plus 330 first half money line, I'll take it easily.
Yeah, I actually think this is a good spot for Dortmund to get a win because they finally signed a new head coach. Yeah, he hasn't been there for long, only a couple of days or so, but honestly, if anybody's gonna get this team in order, especially on the road, it's gonna be Niko Kovac. Uh, you people who actually follow soccer know him as former Bayern Munich coach,
The
Eintracht
league
Frankfurt
whore.
coach. Uh, he was in Monaco in between, and he actually won Bundesliga with Bayern
I
Munich when he was
I
the
guess he
coach. But
likes the
then,
French girls too.
yeah,
He actually won
but
the DFB Pokal against Bayern with Frankfurt, and then went to Bayern the next year.
that is true. Yes, and then all the stars at Bayern started complaining for sitting on the bench when he was the coach, and they decided to fire him, even though he won the title. But yeah, like I said, I like Dortmund in this spot, so I'm gonna take Dortmund on the money line here, Jack.
Yeah, look, let's not forget Dortmund have not been great on the road this season, but with a new manager comes a new page. And, well, first game under the new manager, you want to set a good impression, otherwise, you're going to lose your spot. So, yeah, I've got Dortmund to score over 1.5 goals in this game against a Heidenheim that aren't great defensively, whether they're at home or on the road. I think this one's a great steal.
Now here we have an interesting matchup between two teams in a good form. St. Pauli on a 2 game winning streak, Augsburg on a 3 game winning streak. Uh, honestly, I decided to go with St. Pauli because they are the home team, and honestly, I think that Augsburg is overperforming a little bit. They won their last two on the road, also kept two clean sheets in those 2 games on the road. I don't know. I would be very much surprised if they get another win on the road. And with that in mind, I'm taking St. Pauli on the money line here, Kirk.
Yeah, I think this is the toughest game to call in the Bundesliga on the weekend. I'm going with both teams to score here at minus 112. Augsburg, they've been scoring enough, but I could see Pauli winning this 1-0 as well. And this is a game I lean toward Pauli, but it could be a 1-1 draw. So I'm going both teams to score here. But this is a lean. This is nothing crazy for me here.
Jack, you're on the opposite side of this, sort of, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going St. Pauli to win 2-0. 2 straight games without conceding. They can certainly make it 3 against this Augsburg side. And I'm taking that Augsburg 2-0 win over Bremen as like with a pinch of salt because Bremen were horrible in that game. I think I've spoke about Bremen about 3 times this week on 3 different videos and how much they've sucked ever since I've taken them. That was the worst spot to take them, and I'll put my hands up to that. Not looking too deep into that. I think St. Pauli, like Kirk said, they can win this one 1-0 very easily. And this is just a matter of, I think the price is better than what the implied odds suggest. So it's value for me.
Now, Kirk, Stuttgart, we know them as one of the most exciting teams in Bundesliga, and they definitely are. They can play really, really well, score a lot of goals, but they were absolutely miserable against PSG in the Champions League on Wednesday, and it cost them. It cost them a lot.
Yeah, I mean, they're out. All they got to play for now is they got to make it back to the Champions League next year. And it starts with a bounce back performance against Gladbach. Gladbach was free last week at home, 3-0 victory. On the road, I don't back them. I don't know when the Stuttgart team is going to score in this game, but I know they're going to score and I know they're going to win. It's at minus 190 on my book, minus 200 here. I'm taking Stuttgart on the money line. I don't even care. I'll pay the price.
Yeah, it's actually a good parlay piece, or maybe a double if you put them on the money line with somebody else. Both equal price or something similar, you're getting a nice plus money. But I do agree. I think this is a good spot for Stuttgart because Gladbach on the road hasn't been great this season, but they are in a decent form overall right now, and they can score goals. So instead of the sides, I'm taking both teams to score in over 2.5, minus 133 in this one. It is a bit juiced. I expected a bit of a better price, but Jack, what do you like?
I like Stuttgart shots. That's what I like. They actually got quite a few shots against PSG. They had 11 shots in a game where they only have 40% possession against a solid PSG team. I expect them to dominate possession in this game, so they're going to definitely get more than 11 shots than they got in a week. I don't mind the Stuttgart money line. I just think it's a little bit too juice for me to take with confidence. So I'm just going to rubbish Stuttgart over 17.5 shots.
Now, Bochum and Freiburg, another matchup. And Bochum, I mean, one of the worst teams in the league, if not the worst. They are sitting at the bottom of the table, while Freiburg is on a 3-game losing streak. Now, they have been performing really, really poorly over the last few weeks. 4-1 loss to Eintracht, 4-0 to Stuttgart, 2-1 to Freiburg, to Bayern, sorry. Uh, if they don't get a win against Bochum, who actually won 3 of their last 4 at home and is undefeated in their last 4 at home, I don't know what to think about this Freiburg team. Kirk, you talked about them. You said that they're waking up in the second half of the season. That might have been true in the past, but it doesn't look to be true right now.
Yeah, boy, was I wrong on that. That I don't know what the hell this team is doing. I mean, yes, granted, they did play 3 good opponents in Frankfurt and Bayern and Stuttgart. Um, that means the rest of their schedule should be easier, but they still need to
Yeah.
perform. So it is a good spot for them. But Bochum have been playing really well at home lately, and I don't know. Bochum is just that weird team in the Bundesliga. Like they're just that weird team. I think this game is gonna have more goals than the Bayern game, which I expect to have 5 or 6. I think we see like a 4-3, 4-4 goal here or game here. So I'm going both teams to score in over 2.5 at minus 106. I think the price is great.
I'm gonna bite the bullet in this one, and I'm gonna take Freiburg on the money line plus 149. I mean, if it's gonna be a high scoring game, I think that Freiburg will prevail because I mean, anybody can outscore Bochum, and Freiburg definitely can as well, Jack.
Yeah, again, this is just a spot where both of these teams tend to perform better in the second half. I mean, it's not uncommon that teams score more in the second half, but these two teams more so than most. So over 1.5 goals in the second half. I think great price. I would have had this one at like minus 130 plus, to be honest. So
Put
yeah,
it in the premium package.
maybe it may just slide in. We'll have to see.
Let's see if there's any room.
The last game of the day in Bundesliga, Kirk, Union Berlin and Leipzig. Now, Leipzig plus 120 favorites. They're coming off of a loss in the Champions League to, was it Sturm?
Storm. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a disappointing result for them. But I mean, they have nothing left to fight for except in Bundesliga right now. So personally, I'm just gonna take them to get over 5 corners plus 123. We know that Union Berlin is defending and they're only defending, and that should be enough for Leipzig to get some corners in this game.
Yeah, Leipzig, that was the most disappointing performance in Champions League history in your Champions League career. I don't know. You guys played a fucking good lineup. Excuse my language. You guys had a good team out there, and you couldn't score. I understand conceding, but you should have won that game 3-4-1. I don't know what's wrong with that team. I cannot take them on the road in this game. I'm on the Union double chance. I mean, there's a way Leipzig wins this game, but I'm just not backing them. So it's not my favorite pick, but just with how Leipzig look currently, I'm not backing them.
Jack?
Go with the under. It's just standard Union, right? Great team for an under. They've done it more than most teams this season. Very boring team, especially when they're at home. But I think as well, Leipzig again playing on Wednesday may have taken a bit of wind out of them. So I just like this to be a slow-paced game, probably dominated more by Union. But yeah, under 2.5 at plus money.
It shouldn't have taken anything out. They didn't fucking score, those fucking bums. They didn't do jack shit.
Yeah, it was not good.
It's awful.
French League One, guys, Brest and PSG, which is also the matchup we will see in the Champions League as well, because these two teams got drawn together for that playoff games. The first one is being played in Paris, if I'm not mistaken, then the second one is in Brest. But in this game, I mean, we talk about this PSG team, and obviously they are the best team in the League One. Brest, an average team. They are not the team they were last season, obviously, but I think they can score a goal here. So I'm gonna go for the value here. I'm gonna take both teams to score and PSG to win plus 190. Could be a 2-1, 3-1 game, PSG, in my opinion, Kirk.
Yeah, I mean, PSG is looking like serious team right now. I mean, you have maybe two of the top five wingers right now in the world in Barcola and Dembele. I mean, Dembele, Jesus Christ, that man is fucking beautiful what he's doing on the pitch, man. It's fucking lovely. And Barcola too. It's just insane. I mean, these two guys are they're just the most fun players besides Musiala and Wirtz, in my opinion, right now to watch in the world. They're just tearing apart fucking French league, sure, but still making the other guys look like fools by doing it. So I have Barcola to score or assist at minus 115. Honestly, Dembele to score or assist is minus 125. You could parlay both of those together. Barcola assisted Dembele this week. It could hit with one goal, to be completely honest, and that would be a nice plus 400 price. Yeah, Brest goalkeeper after the next month or two is going to have nightmares about these two dudes. Absolutely nightmares. They're just going to shed this dude to pieces. There you go. That's my
Yeah,
rant.
I was always disappointed when Dembele left Barcelona, just when he started playing well and when he got his act together, because we know he was a bit of a child and you could never, I don't know, get him in a good mood or whatever. But when he was leaving Barcelona, he was actually an outstanding footballer, and I was sad about it because if he stayed,
Ooh, that
that would have
goal
been
was
such a
fucking
strong team.
filthy.
Yeah,
They have
it's
Rafinha now. Rafinha's nasty too.
yeah, and Lamine Yamal. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
he's
know
not too bad
why.
either.
So, Jack, you told me that they want Rashford on loan.
I
Why?
don't get it. I don't
Well,
even know. If I'm honest, the only reason why Rashford would take that is just because he wants to get the hell out of Manchester, right? Like,
yeah, but
there's no way he thinks he's getting game time at Barca. Like, there's no
why
way.
would somebody take him and waste money on him? I mean, yeah,
Well, I
Rashford
mean,
from
it
maybe
could
three
just be a
years
good deal.
ago,
If I'm honest,
but
Manchester United might just be like, said, take him. We'll pay his salary. We'll just take him off of us, get him, because you never know. Players like that, they could just be really disturbing the changing room vibe. You just don't know. Anyway, back to this game. I'm going with the over. This game has been an over 2.5 fest for 5 games in a row. Brest, we know that they don't like to defend. They just prefer to attack, and try and outscore opponents because they understand that they're going to concede. A bit like Tottenham, to be honest. Over 2.5. Yes, it's juiced, but it's to be honest, this is a lock for minus 175.
Now for the next game, we have Monaco and Auxerre. I'm gonna keep this one simple, guys. Monaco coming off of a horrible loss against Inter in the Champions League, 3-0. They still made it, if I'm not mistaken, and they will be playing against Benfica, which is not a bad draw for them. But they have to get back on the winning track. So I'm taking Monaco minus 1.5 at minus 115 in this one. And as you can see, guys, all of us have the same pick, which is another strange
I got the
occurrence
better
here.
price though. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, that is true, guys. Do your shopping, get the best possible price you can.
Once it hits,
Kirk,
we all got the same price, though.
Well, I'm gonna get more money than you. So
How?
yeah. What do you mean how?
How's he going to get more money than me? They're
Well, I
all
mean, if we-
minus.
yeah, but if we both put on $50, I'm getting more money than you.
Yeah,
If we
I don't
each
know why
put
you're
on,
surprised.
if we each put on
You're
to
being
win a
silly, Dick,
unit, if we each put on to win a unit, we win the same amount.
That's
No,
not true.
What do you mean? If we each put on to win $100,
What are you saying right now?
you're putting on
Go-
105. I'm putting on 108. We're each winning 100.
go on one of your books now and take the odds of minus 105. Put 50 on it. See how much you get
That's
back.
that's
Then-
not how you bet. That's not how you bet. You have to bet
it
to
is.
win a unit. You have to bet to win a unit. If your unit is $50, you're putting on 52.50 to win 50. I would have to put on 54 to win 50. It's the same amount of money we're winning.
I see what you're talking about,
I
but
see what you're
most
saying.
books don't work like that.
No, it's not books working like that. It's
It
just
is.
how betting
It-
works.
No, it's not.
You don't bet $50 if that's your unit. If it's plus money, yes, you bet $50. But at minus 105, you bet 52.50 to win 50. You always bet to win
Okay, well,
a
let me
unit.
say this then. If it loses, I'm losing less money than you.
Yeah, but my argument was when we win, we each win the same amount. If it loses, yes, you lose X amount less than me because you have minus 3 better odds than me.
If you
Next.
bet the way you're saying, I personally don't.
Well,
If
how do
my
you keep
unit is
track of it
50,
then?
I I just put 50 on every single bet. If 50 is my unit.
It doesn't make sense, though.
It does. Why not?
But because you won't keep track of it. If you're betting, you should bet everything to win 50 at minus because then you keep track of your units. I
There's
guarantee you, Circle Gang agrees with me here.
Sure.
Honestly, I no, I know what you're saying. There's some that do it that way.
Yeah,
There's some that do it the other way.
I do understand what he's saying. Yeah. Anyways, Lille and Saint Etienne. Kirk, what do you like in this one?
The game we were supposed to talk about the least because we all have the same pick. We talked about the most. Anyways, I think both teams to score here. Saint Etienne, they're fighting to stay up. I think they get a goal out of this one. Both teams to score here at almost even money for me. Saint Etienne, they're dogs. They're fighters. They're not going to sit back and defend here. They're going to grab a goal. Give me both teams to score.
Jack?
Yeah, give me minus 1.5 with Lille here. This is a team that score a shit ton of goals. Saint Etienne on the road as well, not great defensively. Pretty good at home, but not so great on the road, unfortunately. Like, I remember they lost 5-0 to Rennes. I think I had Saint Etienne on the double chance in that game. I swear, sometimes I take double chances, they get smacked, but loving Lille to win by 2 or more in this game at the minus 1.5.
Yeah, Saint Etienne scored only 7 goals on the road, I think, this season, conceded 30. So I'm not really willing to put any money on them scoring a goal in this one. Lille played a midweek game, yes, coming off of a nice win, but I will take them to win 2-0 in this one at plus 119. That's it for this video, guys. Hey, we made it to 40 minutes. Before we talked about it, let's get it done in like 30. So we extended that by 10 minutes or so. But thank you for being patient with us, guys. Check out the rest of the free picks up on the PickDawgz YouTube channel. Check out our premium picks on the PickDawgz.com website. And of course, we'll see you soon for Sunday free picks. And then, of course, next week we'll be busy as well. Enjoy your day. Good luck with all of your bets, and we'll see you soon.